Hello, my name's Rob and welcome to SwiftSlots. Now this video again is going to be a little bit off the cuff and it's a little bit tricky for me to make because I don't want to seem like I grab all these free models from my subscribers because that very much isn't the case. The reality is I get offered quite a lot of cars, to be fair. People see me build something and say, oh, I got one of those, maybe you'd like to build that one on the channel as well. And almost always I politely refuse the car because I'm not the best person to have that particular car. I'd rather they were given to somebody else. But very occasionally I will accept the odd gift that's donated to me for future projects mainly. However, I have another box here from another subscriber called Peter. So thank you very much, Peter, on camera. Thank you very much. So Peter came to me a couple of weeks ago on the back of a YouTube short that I made wanting a chassis for a Skeletrix Mini 1275 GT. So he said, I've got a whole Mini. And I said, I wasn't really looking for a whole Mini. I don't like to break up cars. I was looking for just a chassis. But the conversation evolved and he said, well, look, I've got all these cars. They've all been given to me, mainly from family members that go around the car boot sales or flea markets, and they pick them up for next to nothing, and then they give them to Peter. And he's like, thank you, but he doesn't really want them. And he said he's got so many of them now that he's trying to thin them down. He genuinely has been given them for free. He doesn't really want them, and he's trying to thin them out. And I said, well, under those circumstances, yes, I wouldn't mind if you've got a couple of cars. That will be absolutely fine because at some point or another I'll use them for the channel like he wanted me to do. And this is a case in point. So anyway, I let Peter sort himself out with whatever he wanted to send me, making sure that it was all free to him because I don't want him to have cost any money. And I will sort him out with a little free gift, I think, because I will see him at Gaydon. So I'll give him a little trinket when I bump into him. So anyway, he sent me the box and I got the box here and I have my scalpel and I've not opened this box at all. It's completely sealed from the postman. So he's assured me that there's nothing in there incriminating. So we're going to open this box up together and we're going to see what Peter has sent me. And I have a suspicion I know what one or two of these cars are, but he said that there was actually an extra one in there, which I don't know what it is. So again, you're going to be finding out with me exactly what we've got in this box. So let's keep going with this box. We've got a outer box with an inner box and another one. I'll open it. Oh, okay, right. He did warn me that there was a load of shredded pieces of paper in here, and he wasn't wrong. So let me just grab that box again, and we'll see what we got in this. Oh, here we are. Right. He said the best one was wrapped. Oh, cool. Righty ho. Okay, so this is interesting. We've got a Mini with a spinny guide. This must be the one that he said was a stock car, obviously. So that's pretty neat. So I'll pop in there. What else have we got in here? Oh, we got a Metro 6R4. Good donor car. These go like hell, guys. If you got one of these and you thin the body down and you put your own chassis underneath them, these really fly. So let's see now. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okie dokie. We got another Metro 6R4. A little bit more parts on this one. And oh, nice. Oh, cool. We've got a 3D printed mini travellery type deal. Oh, that's neat. That's cool. Right. My very first car, in fact, I passed my test in 1989, and my very first car was a minivan, and I have actually got a resin minivan kit that I will be making one day. Now my van had all sorts of nonsense going on, as you could imagine a very first car for a teenager would be. It was rotten as a pear, and there's a whole story. I've got a picture of it somewhere, so I'm going to find the picture when I changed the subframe on the back of a tractor. We lived on a farm, and I picked up the entire car on the buck rake of a tractor to change the rear subframe, because only after 10 years of that car being manufactured, the rear subframe snapped in half through rot. I got a picture of it up on a tractor, all the back end hanging out. I got loads of pictures of that. So one day I'm going to do a video of me repairing up my mini van And I'm going to model it exactly as it was with a 50-50 door pot riveted together, and it's a whole new video in itself. It's quite amusing and be a good one for me. So let's see what else we got here. Aha! Here is the Mini 1275 GT that was the conversation piece to start with, which is the one car with the chassis. So make sure there's nothing else in there. Oh, hang on, there's more. Oh my word. Right, okay. So they're nestled down here, they're like little chicks in an Easter basket. Oh, neat. There's another one. Another Mini 1275. My word, they're growing. So, oh my goodness. Oh my word. There's another one. Dear oh dear. Right, oh, and here we are. Here's the other. Here is the other one with a spinny. These are cool. Stock car ones. I think that might be it. I think that's it. Yes, right, that's it. Okay. So we have quite a collection of cars here now. So what I'm going to do is I'll just clear up all this bits of packaging, and then we'll get you on my table and I show you these one by one. Okay, so let's start with the car that started the whole conversation between Peter and myself off with, and that is this Mini 1275 GT. Now initially he offered me this car just for the chassis so that I could get my 1275 GT project underway, because this is the exact chassis I want, 2 complete bumpers and a long can motor. But as you can see, it comes as a whole car, and I do not like breaking up whole cars. I really want just the chassis on its own and nothing else, because I don't want to be the guy that rips apart perfectly good cars. And this, it's just going to stop now, isn't it? Typical. So this car actually runs, honestly, it does. There we are. So this car actually runs quite nicely. There's nothing really wrong with it. Well, there's nothing wrong with it, to be honest. So what I'd like to do with this car, and I'm not going to take the chassis out of it because I like these little cars. I don't want to pull this car apart. There's no need to. As you can see, it's actually in pretty nice condition. I reckon if I pull this car apart, give it a good wash, a good clean and a good oil, it's already got new braids on it, so maybe not bother to change the braids, put some fresh tyres on it, and then we can run this car around Crow Valley just for fun. And I think it'll be a nice little car. So although this was the car that started the conversation, I'm not going to pull it apart because I don't want to, because it's a lovely little car. So we're going to keep it as it is. So that is the Mini 1275 GT that started all the conversation, and she's staying together in one car. So next up, we'll look at these two 1275 Mini GTs that are in need of a little bit of extra love. So this particular car appears to be all complete. The back wheels are, it's the tyres, right? The tyres are spinning on the wheels, but the wheels aren't spinning on the axle. These are cool wheels, mine. Look at those wheels. Let's have a look at the other one. Are they the same? Oh, they are the same. They just look a little bit different. Without the rim, they look a little bit different. They look quite cool, actually. So, yeah. So I can feel in there that the pinion gear is probably cracked. There's a horrible lump just there, which is normal for the old cars. They tend to crack their pinions. Does it run? I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't run when you put power to it, that's for sure. I guess we could take the body off and have a quick look, couldn't we? Let's have a look. What have we got lurking inside this car? There we are, so the usual insides. Yeah, she just needs a little bit of TLC. I think with a little bit of love, and probably a little bit of love on the motor there, we could probably get this one running as well. And has that pinion cracked? My eyes are failing me these days. I can't honestly see. Hang on, let me go and get my loop and I'll find out. Yeah, it has. The pinion has cracked right in there. I don't know if it's going to come up on camera, but right at the top there is actually a split in the pinion, which is very normal for these cars and a really easy fix. So yeah, so I think we'll clean up this car, we'll put a new pinion on there, see if we can get the motor running, and I think I'll use this car in a video to show you how I actually make replacement bumpers for these cars. So you can actually make a brass bumper by just filing off the piece that's left back down to about half, drill 2 holes and you can make a bumper and press it in. I could even get a reproduction bumper made that in brass. With my normal day job where I use brass, cast brass and also cast resin, I could actually get my brass caster to make us an actual bumper. So if you guys have got a car without a bumper like this one, all you need to do is file it off, drill 2 holes and push it straight in. Now I did this little conversion with my friend's Mini 1275 GT, he actually had the same thing, and I made it by hand. So I haven't shown that one on this channel, but I did that. So I might do it on this one. So that'd be quite a nice little upgrade, I think. So that's that particular car. And this one here is, again, does it run? I'm not sure. Yes, it does. There we are, look. There. I mean, she's a little bit unhappy at the moment, but she does run. There you go. We can get that one running. And again, half a bumper, but again, if I made a brass one and sprayed it silver, we could replace that one as well, and then sort of do up this one as well, make him into a nice little car again. I wonder if I can get the body off this one and have a look to see what's going on. She's a little bit stiff. These old bodies tend to get a bit hard over time, so you want to warm them up a little bit and then they'll pop off quite easily. But that's a very nice little car, look. Nothing really wrong with it at all. It runs, and there you are. So a fresh set of tyres, a little bit of love on the running gear, pair of braids, possibly some new wires. I think we're going to get this one up and running as well and make this a nice little car. Good old polish with some polishing compound. I think she'll be really, really nice. And next we have this very, very interesting 3D printed Mini Traveller, I think they're called. I can't quite, is it a Countryman or a Clubman? I can't quite remember. Not a Clubman. Not quite sure. Is it a Countryman? A Mini Countryman? I'm not entirely sure. But it's a cool little body anyway. It's got a very nice finish to it. There's a little bit of damage at the top there. That could be sorted out. But the actual finish, even though it's a 3D print, it's very, very high. That would prime up and paint without any problems whatsoever. And would make quite a nice little car, to be fair. So there's a little Mini Traveller. I think my missus's mother had one of these in the 70s. And used to drive down the road with the back doors open, and her and her brother used to throw things at the back of the car just for fun. Oh, happy days in the 70s. And then we have the old mighty Metros. Oh yes, the old Metros. These are very, very quick cars when you do a lot of work to them. I say I've got one of these that I did. I actually had the blue one with the white skirts on it, and I did a complete customization of this car early on in this channel. If you go back to sort of video 20 or somewhere around 15 to 20, right at the beginning of this channel, you'll actually see I did a part 3, 3 parts, actually upgrading one of these cars. I completely made my own chassis, lightened the body to within an inch of its life, and then sent it around Crow Valley and absolutely obliterated the sub 50-second time. It's an absolutely insanely quick car. I lent the car to a friend of mine who had a couple of laps with it on Crow Valley a couple of months ago, and it blew his mind at how quick it was. It really is a rapid car. So obviously these have got a long way to go to get to that level, but we could do something with these at some point, I'm sure. We're not quite sure what, but you know, very nice to have them anyway. Nice to have them in stock. Obviously they need some new tyres, because these ones have definitely seen better days, and this one could do with a motor. But imagine what this would go like with a 30,000 RPM motor in it and a 3D printed chassis with a pod in it or something like that. They are absolutely ballistic, these cars, when you get them tuned just right. And the last pair of cars to review are these very, very interesting stock cars. Now, these are really cool. I mean, I've not seen these before. They got swivel guides on them, which is going to be really interesting to find out exactly what that's all about. Now, I'm not going to delve too deep into these cars, because I think these two cars here would make fantastic subject for an actual video in its own right. So we won't dwell too long on these, because I think there's some mileage in these cars for a video, and this is part of the reason why Peter gave me these cars, because he said, you know, you can do something with these cars that he's not going to do. He just wants to get rid of them to make some space, and I could get some content out of what he sent me, and I certainly can. I think these two cars will make a great little YouTube video. We can get these all restored up, get them all polished up, get them looking super pretty. I notice this one's missing its glass, but you know, I got vacuum glass for these 1275 GTs, so I might just put some vacuum glass in them both and so on, and clean them all up, put some fresh tyres on them, get them all running beautifully, and we can get these two cars running as a matched pair and do something around Rickard Valley. They can be sort of dueling each other. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it'd be quite cool. So let me know in the comments if you think that these would make a really good video in their own right. So there we are. So there's my two stock cars. So again, thank you, Peter. They're really cool. So here we are. the collection of cars that Peter has very generously sent to me for future projects on this channel. And like I said earlier on, he did assure me that all these cars were given to him and has cost him no money, and he absolutely wants to thin his collection down because it's getting too much. So under those circumstances, I was happy to take them on, and at some point in the future we'll do something with these cars on the channel, I'm sure. More likely these stock cars. These are quite cool. I think we'll run those on Ricard Valley and see if we can get them to do some things and clean them up a little bit and put some tyres on them and do some bits and bobs. So there we are. So thank you very much, Peter, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And if you have, maybe you'll subscribe to see some of these cars updated or revived in a future video. And if you do, maybe you'll subscribe and hit the little bell button. That would be awesome. So until the next time, thank you very much.